Welcome to Talks with Dorks, Season 3, Episode 21, where we are continuing the countdown towards TDW Back in Time. Yes, for any of our non-wrestling dorks out there, advance warning, this is another very wrestling-focused show. You have my permission, now that you've clicked on the video and given us your view, you have my permission to click off at this point if you're not here for the wrestling, but...
Wait, tell them to stay for a minute at least, to count the view.
Wait for it, hang on. How long is it? 30 seconds, minute, 2 minutes?
I'll do the longer intro to make so it gets to a minute at this point.
We can keep them going a little bit longer. Of course, my name's Kurt. You just heard the voice of Ryan. How you doing, mate?
I'm all good. My money's going out the window like nobody's business. Holiday coming on Sunday, and obviously there's a new Power Ranger action figures, and on here you can't see it, but when it goes to a bigger screen, you guys can notice I've got some stuff up in the background, and yeah. Look out for the video I'm going to do on this line of products, because originally I wasn't a fan of this stuff, Kurt. I didn't like the look of it. And then I saw it.
You said the holiday first. I mean, let's put the holidays to a Premier Inn down the road. The majority of the money's gone on the Power Rangers, right?
Well, no, we are going abroad, but I've got the money left.
Again, like you say, stay tuned to the YouTube and the socials, because I guarantee you Ryan is not going to be able to resist showing off his haul. But
oh mate, I've got a video planned already. Don't forget, Kurt, because we have to keep remembering to tell people, listen, if you're watching this, just do us a favour and check that you're subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, you're not going to get notifications of when we post new stuff. And trust me, we've got loads coming up. Trust me, there is so much stuff going on in the background that you need to stay up to date with everything. And if you're subscribed on here, why not go check that you're following all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. We're on it, pretty much everything. I think Kurt's starting Talks with Dorks OnlyFans.
Mate, we will lose subscribers if I do that.
No. That's all on you, mate. I'm not involved in that part of it. But yes, Kurt, I think our guest is sitting there like, when are they going to introduce us in?
I mean, it's been 2 minutes at this point. We've got the view. Non-wrestling fans, thank you very much for the view. Wrestling fans, stay tuned, because again, we are counting down towards Back in Time, TDW's second show on the 26th of October. Oh, blimey, it's 2 months away at this point.
Oh my God, it is as well.
It actually is 2 months away. I cannot believe it. And if you've been watching or listening to the pod on the regular, or keep in touch on any of those socials, you know already that we've introduced a few of the names that are going to be on that card. And our first match has also been announced as well, in the form of the Misfit, Johnny Royal, versus Michael Parks. Yeah, Parky Streams ain't showing up to this show. Michael Parks is. Parky's getting in the ring, not with a ref shirt, and this is going to go off. Also, on our last episode, we had a chat with our US star who's coming over in the form of D'Angelo. Really nice guy. I loved having a chat with D'Angelo as well. And we've also met the Flying Scotsman as well, who are an amazing established tag team, doing this for over 20 years. They are going to tear the house down as well. However, compared to all of that, tip of the iceberg, because we have another man who is going to be making his mark on that card on the 26th of October. And if you were watching our first show, Never Say Die, and if you haven't, by the way, check us out on the Patreon, patreon.com/TalkDorkPodcast, where you can see Never Say Die in full. You might recognise this man's face. He is known as the Enforcer, and that is very much what he was doing on Never Say Die. However, this go round, he's doing even more, and we will get on to that very shortly. But for now, the one and only Ian Frost is on the podcast today. Hello, Ian.
How you doing, guys? Good to be here. And you had to bring up the last show where it didn't really go my way, did it? Let's be honest.
No, I wasn't going to say.
I did spend a long time unconscious on the stage.
I was going to say there was a fair amount of time, but to be fair, I mean, like, it was coming at you from all angles.
It was.
I think everyone, I mean, that match had a lot of people involved anyway, and everyone seemed to come at you at one point, more or less. So I'm sure you've got some words to say about those people.
Yeah. And, we'll get to that later.
Yes. That is, see, what we like to do is, obviously, you were there to enforce last time. This time we are looking at putting you on this show, and
Yeah.
Obviously, Ian, what people may not know or what people need to know is your wrestling background. Where, how long you've been in this business, why you're in this business, who got you to where it is, who trained you, all of the stuff, the origin story of Ian Frost. Your time is now.
I often question why I'm in this business, considering I'm approaching my 43rd year. I've been going on and off for about 10 years. I started training 2015. I won't say who with, because 2020 there was a movement, and they were involved in that movement. So we won't mention any names. 2016, I moved to Dropkicks to train, and they shaped the wrestler I would become. I used to be the Essex Pitbull, Ian Frost, aka Foster the Throwman. I very much based my moveset on Taz. I was a big admirer of Taz when I was younger. He was a short, squat, square guy. I'm a short, squat, square guy. It kind of made sense. So I trained with Dropkicks from 2016 till just the middle of 2018. I got a neck injury, so I thought I'll take some time off. I got dropped on my head, and it hurt. I didn't, so I thought that's it. I'm old. It's time to hang it up. And then 2022, I got persuaded to come back for what I thought was one show. And the misfit Johnny Royal lied to me, because he's, oh yeah, by the way, it's a string of shows. Brilliant. And so I did that. I wrestled for another year, so 22 to 23. And then again, the aches and pains started coming back, because I was still doing the throw-based offense, and I took some more time off. So that's why it's an on and off for 10 years. So I decided to come back, ironically, my 42nd birthday last year, and I started training with Cobra Wrestling Academy under Sky Smithson, and she has been instrumental in just completely reshaping my moveset. So I don't take as many bumps, because my bump card is getting less and less and less and less and less as I'm getting older. So the less bumps I can take, brilliant. So because I used to do lots of overhead, like German suplexes, pump handle suplexes, and I was throwing myself back. I was looking back and thinking, what was I doing? Why? I should be hurting the other person, not hurting myself. So she's really helped me just completely refocus my moveset, so there's less impact on me, more impact on other people, which is how it should be.
And you're barely taking any bumps at all now, because you're such a unit, no one can take you down anyway.
Yeah, I've actually just got back to the gym myself, so that's why I look more swole than normal.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't know if this was part of your repertoire originally, or if this is a new addition to the moveset, but if anyone hasn't checked out Ian on the socials just yet, please do so, because one of my favourite videos I've seen, it's actually been in a few videos actually recently, is, I can safely say, man throws a mean spear.
That's new. That's literally brand new. Because I don't know why I didn't do it before. I think it's because everyone was doing it at the time. Because obviously Goldberg was still quite a big thing. Rhino was still huge. So everyone was throwing spears. Now, from what I've seen, not so many people do. And I thought, you know what? I can hit that anyone. No matter how big, small you are, I can hit it. And you're going down. So that's one of my new finishes for 2025.
Obviously, because it's 10 years you've been doing, so 2015, you were in 30s then. What was it that made you think, like, now's the time? Now, why hadn't you? Is it something you just never thought you could do when you were younger? Like,
nice. Obviously, you know as well as I. Sure, we're roughly the same age, aren't we? Roughly, I think.
Yeah, I'm 39. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, back when I left school, there wasn't the schools about. You had, from what I can remember, you had Dropkicks in Purfleet, Hammerlock in Kent, and I think it was FWA, a bit further up, and that was it. And I couldn't drive.
Right, I understand. Yeah.
I wanted to become a wrestler when I left school. That's why I didn't go to university, and I'm dumb, so that's another reason. But it just wasn't feasible then. So I thought I'll put it off. I thought I'll get a job, and maybe when I get a car. Then I met a girl, got married, had kids. Then 10 years down the line, lost the girl. Thought, you know what? Can I swear?
You can say what the fuck you want.
Absolutely.
I thought, I'm going to do it. So I looked up wrestling schools, and there was a beginner's training course at Progress. That's all I can say. It was with Progress.
Right, I get you.
The people that were trainers there weren't good people, and it was a beginner's course. I did that, passed out with flying colours, to carry on training there. But it was getting quite expensive to going to London every week. So I did looked it up, found a school in Loughton. Again, I can't say who it was, but because again,
it's a very revealing pod.
Just checking, Kurt, have we done background checks on Ian? Like,
it's fine. I'm DBS check. I work at university. It's all good. So
very plain walls behind him. That's a prison background.
Yeah,
at the
the thing
moment.
is, you don't understand how many times these conversations come up on these podcasts. Like, what is this world?
It wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
So I trained there for a couple of years, and then he closed his school, and then that's when I moved to Dropkicks because they trained on Wednesdays. Then,
yeah.
And so I could go.
Was it always Lucas?
Occasionally there was the guest trainers. That I did a seminar with Doug Williams, Rene Dupree, Adam Rose.
Yeah. Has Lucas always been in charge of Dropkicks since you've been at Dropkicks?
Yeah.
Or was you there prior? I know of 4 regimes. Obviously, there's the original, which was Tony and Frank. Then it was John Ritchie. Then I think there's a bit of a blank. I don't know whether it went to Lucas from there or there was someone in between.
I think he went to Lucas from John.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
When I was there, it was always Lucas.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Fair enough. Yeah. Lucas. Obviously, I know. Obviously, Lucas was there when we met in 2018, the time when you would have had your neck injury. When I was going for Reese, me and Reese, when we were doing our bit, we were going down there, and Lucas was there, and I think I'd known Lucas from like very early on days. But I mean, for Dropkicks, I was there 2000, and I keep trying to remember this. I think it's 2003 is the year I started there. Same situation as you. I was 15 at the time, so it was like don't drive. It was having to get trains down there every Sunday. And have you ever got a train to Purfleet?
I haven't, but I know people that haven't. It's not easy.
It's not only not easy. When you get off that train, it is literally like you've stepped into the League of Gentlemen. You remember that TV? Because there is a shop there that's run by this old. I mean, God rest him, he's probably gone by now. But we used to walk in. Imagine we used to walk in. Me, skinny little me, plus with people like Greg Burridge. I mean, Martin Stone, who went on to be Danny Briggs, Shah Samuels. I don't know whether he ever popped in there, but Nick Owlis was around at that time. All of these big guys used to walk in there on a Sunday afternoon, and that geezer, of all these big guys, that little scary old man in there was the scariest one in the room, because whenever we walked in, he made it clear he had a shotgun. He said, literally just pull his thing up like that, just look at us, and we'd be like, we just want a bit of chocolate and a drink, mate, and a Red Bull, thank you. Right. It was like creepy. Then you'd have to walk through this like industrial estate and like a forest just to get towards the Circus Tavern to get over there, mate. It was an adventure in itself. Then you get there, you're all out of breath, and your trainer Tony Scala go, right, run the ropes 500 times. Okay.
So unfortunately, when I was there, they didn't have a ring. So it was all mat based. So for shows, they had to hire rings.
And they're judo mats as well.
Yeah,
they are.
They weren't. It's a bump on.
That's the thing.
I've never wrestled before, but I did used to do judo. I know what those mats feel like.
So imagine taking 4 bumps on them. Like they'd be like, right, do a training match down there. You're like, No, I'd rather do it on the concrete out the front, thank you.
Let's put it this way then. I said used to do judo. I stopped because I got thrown wrong and got concussed from landing on one of those mats wrong. Like they offer zero protection.
I separated my shoulder on them. I under rotated on a drop kick, and it was this. Bearing in mind, this was on a crash mat as well. So I went through the crash mat onto on judo mats, and my shoulder just went nope, ping.
Oh, nasty! No. I mean, that was what I love about dropkicks being in that building is that is the same building. It's all what that's home for dropkicks. Like it moved. I know it moved a couple of times, but it's come back there. And when I went back there in 2018 and walked in and was like, fucking hell, we ain't changed. Like the signs, the big like Sharon and John's, welcome to Sharon and John's signs, all the same. All the pictures on the wall, exactly. A couple of new things have added because they won more competitions and stuff. And then walking in there this year, when I did the training this year, I walked in there, I was like, again, this is now over 20, is at least 22 years. I'm watching this building,
as well.
and I am not the 15-year-old kid that I was when I used to walk in here, but I feel like it for a few seconds until I hit the mat. I mean, the 2 weeks I was there, I think you were there for at least one of them. You know?
I was there, but I wasn't there. So I turned up, but I was ill, wasn't I?
Yes, that's right. I got injured both weeks, so I was there.
If I say Ian, you might have been ill, but you probably still felt better than Ryan by the time it was over.
First week.
I lent him a knee brace.
Yes, you did. It was Ian's knee brace I had to use. Mate, the week later, or 2 weeks later, it was my pec, and I was still suffering with it on the day of Never Say Die.
Yeah,
literally. I always say, like, if you want to watch real, like, if you want to see the purest of pain, look at the pin, because you see my hands go against RJ's back because I'm pushing off of him because he's fucking hurting so much. Just him trying to pin me is the most painful part of the whole match. It was horrible because of that pec, and even now I still get twings and pains in it. I don't know what I did to it.
I mean, I'm not surprised because like you only went to the training just on the off chance, really, because you didn't know you were going to accept the open challenge.
Ah, of course not. I didn't know. I mean, I was getting ignored a lot, and I thought that someone might try and convince me on the day, and it turns out it was fucking RJ.
I mean, I didn't help either. I'm pretty sure I did. I said more than RJ did, trying to convince you as well. I tested out announcing you as the champion just to see if it could entice you in.
Yeah, then Tony turning around and walking off like, mate, you do that to me, I'm about to whoop some ass. Like he fired me up as well. Laferde fired me up with his comments. But yeah, I mean, we can sit here and talk about all of my past. We're not here. We're talking about Ian. I've had my run. I'm out of this. It's Ian that's coming to wrestle. So obviously, I was going to say, like, obviously, you know, because of you were 33 roughly. If you were 43 now, you were 33 when you started.
Yeah, must have been. Yeah.
It's one. I think, like, take it for someone that got the bug at 15, and it's one of them things. If it's in there and you're such a fan of this, and you know, like, deep down you want to do this, it will find you.
Well, watching, I've had 2 comebacks.
Pardon?
Watching, I've had 2 comebacks. I've retired twice, and I've come back twice.
Oh mate, I've had so many. I love a comeback.
Admittedly, the first one I was told it was just for one show. It's because I kept posting up videos of like old clips from my first run, and Johnny Royal just messaged me and goes, "Oh, do you fancy one more go? Like one more match?" Or, you know what? Why not? It was a charity show. I thought I'll give it a go, and I got there. And I was wrestling Reese. It was both our first matches in like 3 years. And
he's welcome.
I almost got knocked out as well. So I'm pretty sure I got concussed. And so I got told before that by the way, this match is an eliminator to go into a triple threat. I was like, what's a triple threat for? It's for the title. Excuse me? This is just one show. He went, no, we're doing more. Come on, man. So obviously I beat Reese, obviously. And then I won the triple threat and I won the belt. I was like, this is actually one off, man. And so then I did it for another year. And the reason I gave up that time was I was also a competitive bench presser as well at the time. And I was finding I couldn't train for the bench after wrestling because my joints were messed up, and I was supposed to be going into the European Championships, so I gave up. Also didn't go to European Championships either, so I gave up. Yeah, and then this time, what enticed me this time was someone I knew from the first stint at Dropkicks called Ben. He was a massive. He was I think it was like nearly 30 stone, and he started with Cobra, and he's lost so much. He's got down to about like 18, 19, possibly 20 stone, but he looks hungry as well. And he was posting like clips of what he was doing at Cobra. I was like, you know what? I can still do it. I messaged Sky and I said, can I come down? And so that was almost a year ago, and I'm still going again.
I say, if you know you can do it, it's some one of them things. I keep saying it. Like I went into Never Say Die that match thinking that was it, and now it's in my head like I think I might. If I just this time make sure I'm actually in shape, and if I'm gonna do it, I've got to make sure I put in some not 2 weeks of training. I need to get back into training shape and get rid of all the rust. I could do it because once it's in your head, it's one of them businesses. Like I mean, damn. I mean, Kurt's not even wrestled, but he's announced the show and he's part of running a show. And you can, I know, like, he doesn't stop creating things for the wrestling company. The bug is there. This industry has a bug to it.
I was bottom set PE at school and proud of it. And yeah, I found myself looking up both gyms and wrestling schools in the aftermath of that. Like, I am the biggest idiot in the world, but to even think that I could do it.
It's funny because there's been about 5 or 6 hints, because I'm not going to completely go into what we've been talking about today, but like a training seminar that we might be involved in down the line. Names like even name of someone that might be there has been mentioned at some point during this podcast.
Let's put it this way: it's very ironic.
Wait! It's not somebody that trained Ian.
Yeah. No. Well, no names were mentioned.
Or that being said, it might be someone who has a thing or two to say about the fact that Ian started throwing spears.
Yeah. Slow down. You give away too much.
Wait till he sees my ring gear.
There are many people who have thrown spears in their time. That was it down to no one.
One of my singlets.
Ian, sorry, I think you cut out a little bit there, mate.
Mic went completely then.
Huh. Am I still gone?
You are good, mate. Yep, you're back.
You're there.
Joys of doing this on a video record.
Yeah, one of my singlets is inspired by one of his. Again, not mentioning names.
Oh, okay. So
people are trolling through the social media
spears and wears singlets that we've mentioned on this podcast.
Bron Breaker done.
Listen, if you want to help us get more views, go back and listen to the beginning of this podcast. Once again, we're up to 23 minutes. This will really help.
More clues. Go to my YouTube and look at my profile picture.
We're not because it's not actually happening yet. But all I'm saying is that, once we stop recording, I'll give you all the hints that there's so many little bits that you guys don't even know I've been talking about to the person that's putting this together, and it's like, oh my god, like this is literally we if we already had it sorted completely, we could be plugging it right now. It's that good.
Still in the early offing though, like it's very likely, but we can't confirm.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
we can neither confirm nor deny.
Who likes a horror movie though? Something very gory. I don't know why I was just looking over and I saw a horror movie. I can see Marvel. I can only see Marvel and DC films.
Who doesn't look at a Spider-Man villain?
That's funny enough. Third said that earlier. I love Green Goblin.
We need to stop.
Right, no, because now we're going to have to look at this and go, actually, have we said too much? And it's like, maybe...
Yes!
I love when the plan comes together. Basically, it's now got to happen. It's now got to happen. To be fair, I'm not going to lie to you, boys. It probably is happening. This is all I'm saying. But okay, where was we at with this? Before we started going on and what things that are not happening just yet? Where was we at?
We just got to I keep coming back and going and caught the bug again.
Yeah, you're a what's the word? A multi-retiree like I am. I said, mate, do you know what it is? Again, like you take inspiration from Taz, I take inspiration from The Rock. Like, mate, every time I do a comeback, I'm like, right, how can I rock this up? How can turn the lights off, fizzle electricity, hear the Out Here brothers go boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we can do this properly. But again, that's what I was going to say. When it was keep going back to the, like, I always think one of the greatest inspirations for age-wise, like his Goonie dad, Paul. He's 47 now, or it might have been his birthday. I don't want to age him just in case it isn't, but he's only got into it, and like
He does watch the pod.
he watches every episode of the pod, so I don't want to upset him and get his age wrong, but I'm sure around 47, and he's been doing it now, got to be a year and a half to 2 years, and you know,
got friends with AJ, wouldn't he?
Pardon?
He would have got into it when he became friends with AJ, wouldn't he? Because obviously AJ's.
So the story there goes is that AJ obviously had a wrestling career, had been to TNA, had been like that, and had retired himself when he met Paul. Paul, you know, loves wrestling, and it was kind of like, well, you know, I think between them it was kind of like, well, if you get into training and start training, I'll come out if we can be a tag team. It was a brother. So Paul's like, I've always wanted to do it, but am I too late? Is it too late? He said it when he first came on here, and you know, he's living his dream. Like, I know he's got more stuff coming up to do with wrestling. Obviously, the Pom Bros are going to be back at some point. They can't make back in time, but they will be back. And you know, Paul, it is a person between us. But like, Paul sent me a really nice message the other day of just like, thank you for like believing, like giving me that opportunity, and thank you. And I was like, dude, like, I'm not gonna lie, I went here to give you an opportunity. I was here to make money out of you, dude. That's what it was. I saw an opportunity of these guys that would put on a phenomenal show, because I just knew, like, once we started this ball rolling, it was gonna be good, and they proved me right. Of course, I don't mean that about the money, but like, you know, I saw an opportunity myself, because I saw, hang on, these guys are massive on social media. Why is people not trying to book them? Like, why would there not be money? They have fans, they have a following, they have non-wrestling following, which is something you can bring in and you can incorporate and do that. And it led to where we are now. And again, that's what I love about this industry, is all the different cogs that keep it turning. It's always, I'm looking, you know, I find myself looking more at different companies around the UK, because, you know, their competition as such now, to see what they're doing, see all that. And you're looking at who's doing different. And I tell you something, who I really will point out, I sent the video, I think, to the Talks with Dorks group. Is it GXW? GXW?
Yes.
Is that the video I sent? I think it was. And the clip with Paul Robinson. And I can't remember his name, but he's an actor. He's in Bad Education with Jack Whitehall. He's in what's that? Ricky Gervais TV show. He's in that, isn't he? Afterlife. I'm sure he's in Afterlife. I might be getting the actors wrong, but he's in it, and it is like, their backstage promos are like rated R, but they are hilarious. Like, if you haven't seen it, and I can send it to you afterwards, this clip where Paul comes back and scares these two blokes, including this actor lad, and honestly, I watched it about 15 times in a row, because it was such a good little promo. I love what other people are doing, because we're all trying to do something different, and it's if we're all doing the same thing, and I think we see that a lot. A lot of these companies just go, I'm just going to put on a restaurant. You've got to be different. You've got to just slightly. I'm just got to give something else someone isn't doing down the road.
Exactly. I'm just gonna put on an exhibition match with some great talent, and like, you will see some great matches there. But like, other than like either the most casual fan and the most hardcore fan, those are the only two people who are likely to go to that. The people who are just like, hey, there's a wrestling show on. We don't get to see wrestling every day. Let's go watch it. And then the people who are so hardcore that they go to every wrestling show. Those are the only two people who are really going to be enticed by just putting on a show. Like, you got to give something.
Okay. On that note, let's we're talking business anyway. We're talking to business. Let's get into the TDW business. Obviously, Ian, you know, you were part of the show. Going forward, we'd like you to, you know, we've said to you, we'd like to bring you down, and we're going to find a place for you. You know, we've got different things going along with storylines, or not storylines, but like things that are built in. We've got these people join the show, people are looking. Mate, for all I know, you could be here saying you want to take on D'Angelo, the American, because I've had a couple of messages from people since that episode's come out. Maybe that's what you're here for, but this is, your opportunity to tell us what are you looking for with this.
It's funny you mention that. It's obviously, I get it. At the time, you didn't realise what a calibre of wrestler you had waiting in the wings. But literally, I think it was a week after Talk with Dorks, Never Say Die, your boy won some gold.
I recognise that belt.
It does look very. It's not the UFC belt.
No,
I didn't beat Brock Lesnar.
Okay, no, but I think I know where that belt comes from. But do you want to tell us?
This is the Essex Pro Wrestling Entertainment Regional Heavyweight Championship. I won it in a over-the-top rope battle royal.
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
Limited everybody. Like I say, if you go to my YouTube, my profile picture is me holding this aloft. I was very proud. And so I propose on the next show, if you're willing, I've already spoken to the championship committee, I will put this belt on the line.
This is happening again.
This is happening again.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
I don't care against who, but I am willing to put this on the line on Back in Time.
Hang on.
And that rhymes.
Last show, we had the PWE champion put on an open challenge, and now we have the EPWE champion issuing a... Who says we do original matches?
and I've told you this before. Back when I run shows back before, that was called PWE UK. So this is just meant to be. It's just meant to be. So okay, right. That was not what I was expecting you to say. I generally thought you might be here to challenge D'Angelo, but hey, mate, listen, I'll have a chat with him. Maybe he wants to go for that belt. He'll be taking it back to America if he takes it off of you.
See, I was going to, but then I realised I got my revenge on Parky when I clotheslined him back in Never Say Die. I was also going to challenge Roddy Coates, but then I found out he was hiding behind a Comic-Con. So he was actually, instead of the cosplay nightmare, he's the cosplay daydreamer.
Listen. Oh, okay.
So
I mean, Kev can't make the show, funny enough. So
listen here, Kev. I will get my revenge one day because you kicked me in the balls. It hurt. All I was doing was coming to say, "What are you doing here, mate? This ain't a cosplay convention. It's a wrestling match. But you kicked me in the balls. Elbow in the head. That's not funny." So we will have our time. But for now, go and play with your cosplay costumes. Let the real boys play with the belts.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Kev a lot, and I've got a feeling he might have something to say about that. You might be pushing him to cancel his Comic-Con. Is all I'm saying.
If that's the case, so be it. He's got a final verdict and a fracture point waiting for him.
Okay, here's one then. Okay, so you've mentioned the people you had the issue with that. Obviously, we noticed there was a bit of a friendship alliance with one of the other wrestlers in that match.
Oh, Preston.
Yeah, you and Preston go back a bit, I believe.
We do. I mean, we go back. That let's just say that was a alliance of convenience at the time.
I was going to say, like, how have you spoken to Preston much since winning the belt? Because obviously you came to Never Say Die, for want of a better way of putting it, as Preston's backup, as Preston's muscle. I mean, he brought you out for the entrance to be in his corner. And in very quick succession since then, in a match where he was unsuccessful at winning the title, you've almost, and Preston's going to come for me for saying this, overlapped him.
I mean, what can I say?
I suppose, do you trust him? Do you trust him not to be the one that wants to make this match?
I mean, I don't trust anybody.
Good way to look at things.
Everybody's after this. I know I've got a target on my back. I'm the champ. But I'm also the enforcer. So anybody who wants to come and dance in enforcer country is welcome to.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, I mean, guys, you think is it? I want to know. I do want to. I'd like to. Maybe we need to reach out to Preston at least to see what he. We're going to be sure that everybody sees this. Maybe Preston has something to say about this. Maybe this is like with the D'Angelo thing. This isn't limited to the guys that we've just already got on the show. We've got people that are still haven't been put in matches that may want to be put in matches. But if they're not coming for it or not asking for it, listen, we're going to build. We can fill matches. Don't you worry about that. So to our roster and to people that aren't in our roster, same as last week, he's setting a challenge. He's got a belt, and I'm impressed. I'm sure the guys will appreciate it. I'm going to reach out to the EPWE guys, and I'll say it here as well. Thank you for allowing this to happen at our show. We really respect it. The belt will be looked after. I don't know. I mean, Ian, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I don't know if your champion's going to come back to you with his belt, because we don't know who's going to take this on. But I mean, Ian's probably going to be confident that you will be returning with the belt. So,
oh yeah, she's staying with me.
Okay, fair enough. All you need to know is, again, I am still retired. It ain't happening, and I've said this. Every time. I like to make this clear, because I kind of got to give people the impression last time that I will just, last minute make the decision to do it. I ain't doing it this time. I ain't doing it, so don't worry. We're cool. We're mates. We've known each other. And there's also another little point we've made here. This is interesting, because you mentioned obviously that your first match back was Reese, and you made the comment. Obviously, you beat him. Obviously, 3 years prior to that, he was retired by me. I mean, I don't really know why he retired. I mean, I went out there and did exactly what I said I was going to do to him. I told him I was going to go out there, I was going to wrestle him, and I was just going to beat him up, and I did it. I thought we were going to have at least one more. I thought the kid would go off and learn a couple more lessons and come back, but he didn't. He retired. Maybe Reese is listening to this. Reese, I'm egging you on now, Reese. I'm going to make sure I send you this anyway, so you know you're mentioned, just in case. Because that could be interesting. Because I don't know if far as I'm aware, I've seen little bits. I know he was helping out with Joe Butler and that, doing a bit of training. I don't think he's wrestling. That could be an interesting one. Or is there someone else?
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah, this is the hard thing when you're doing this the way we're doing it on a podcast. Is now we're gonna have to put this out there and see who comes to us. Like I said, we did this with D'Angelo last week, and when I say I've had some interesting messages, I've had some messages from a couple of our guys. I'm thinking about it, and I've had some messages from outside the box.
There's one that I've been privy to that I'm very interested in.
Don't say I don't know.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
What I'm saying is, out of all the messages that we have, there was one name that I saw pop up that you shared on our group chat that I went, oh, this could be spicy.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I haven't responded to that message yet, because I know this person very well, and it could go in many different ways. But this is what I'm saying. So Ian, if the fact that we've made this whole show almost at the moment is at open challenges with what's left at the moment. We've now got EPWE Championship match to set up. We've now got D'Angelo in the main event to set up. I mean, guys coming all the way from America. Again, like I said, he might then go, I want that belt and I want to take it back to America. So this might combine the two matches.
It might.
Either way, we've either got one huge main event with a belt, or we've got a main event and a belt title match. So I'm quite happy.
Do you know what, Ian? I take nothing away from you, mate, but there's a small part of me that likes the idea of D'Angelo going back to America as the Essex.
Yeah.
People back in the States going, where the hell is Essex?
Is that in Florida?
Yeah. Is that near Orlando?
I think there actually is an Essex in America.
So there almost definitely is.
There is definitely.
I remember there is a Billericay, because that's what's called a Billericay.
If you watch Back to the Future, the adult movie, the bit when he comes back and he skids straight into that adult movie place, it's called Essex. Of course it was. Adult movie place was called Essex in it. There is loads of places in America that have got random names. I stayed in Toronto. I stayed in Rochester. No, it wasn't Rochester. It was what is like proper northern. Right, is it Rochester?
Nobody help him.
No, Scarborough. That's it.
That's close.
Yeah. So it was. So it's called. Yeah, but it was Scarborough. Hey, come to Scarborough. I'm like, no, Scarborough.
Yeah, they can't say borough.
No.
To be fair, and I'm sad that we didn't take the opportunity to do this when we were talking to D'Angelo last week, because either would have been hilarious or we would have finally busted this myth. But there are a few things that I've ever found funnier than listening to an American who is not familiar with British place names trying to pronounce Gloucestershire. It is the most beautiful thing you will ever hear.
Gloucestershire.
Are you from Gloucestershire? Oh, it hurts. It physically hurts.
But then realistically, the way they pronounce it, if you look at the words, you go, that's probably how it should. I think the funniest one, I'll tell you one, is my mate who's from Essex. My mate Mark. He used to work doing deliveries around London, and he rings me one day and he goes, we're talking away, and he's like, I was like, where are you? I've just pulled over to have lunch. I was like, oh, whereabouts? You north, east, west, south? He went, oh, I'm in Woolwich. I went, where?
Oh, no.
He went, Woolwich. I was like, where's Woolwich? I went, you're not in London. He went, I'm in London, Woolwich. What are you talking about? He went, Woolwich, you know Woolwich, near the dome and all that. And I'm like, well, spell it out. He went, Woolwich. I went, fucking, do you mean Woolwich? He went, that's why that geezer was looking at me funny when I was asking for the directions earlier. I was asking for Woolwich. He went, even funnier, it was the other day I was in Greenwich, and they were looking at me funny as well. Like Greenwich.
Thing is, you probably taught him the wrong thing now. He now goes into a local cafe and asks for a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, sandwich. That's what I said to him. I was like, mate, you got to stop thinking about food. I was like, because you've just taken the widge off a sandwich. So how did you not know that? I was like, you've been doing this job for like 2 years as well. So that intrigues me on how many times you've got that wrong. But anyway, back to the wrestling. Do you know what? If we're going to have all these I might get my Intercontinental belt all down and just start putting a challenge on. No. We've got enough going on.
I mean, ironically, that Intercontinental belt for a brief period was the Essex Championship, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And again, I mean, horrible sounds in it. Who decided that? Me. Who booked the show? Me. Who was the champion? Me. Who's still the champion? Me. And I wonder why PWE UK didn't work.
So needless to say, Ryan is not wrestling on the next show. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Bookerman, you're not wrestling.
Right? No, and like little behind the scenes thing. There was talks of certain things having to be moved about the other day, and my name was like, maybe the logical thing is. I was like, no. It could be the only thing that makes sense is to put me in here on this show, but no, I don't want to be. I'm going to stand behind that music and watch everyone else's head bounce off the mat. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy it. Ian, listen, the challenge is now here. Let's get you to put official, say it, tell it, put the rest of the TDW roster and anyone else out there that's listening on notice on why they should be coming for that belt.
TDW, British Wrestling. You know who I am because I've been introduced all the time in this podcast. I am the enforcer, Ian Frost. This here is my regional championship. If you want it, feel free to step in enforcer country and you'll feel the fracture point right across your neck, sunshines.
No more needs to be said. I'm Ryan, that's Kurt. That was our special guest, the enforcer Ian Frost. Don't forget, book your tickets for Back in Time, October 26th, Basildon Sport and Leisure Club, aka to us, Basildon Square Garden. Get yourself down there, get your tickets. Different versions of the tickets are on show. You can buy tickets with your t-shirt pre-booked, ready for the show. Right now, all you've got to do is book your tickets. Get over there, do it. Link will be around here. There'll be a QR code. Do that. Kurt, tell them where they can go watch the old one.
So, if you want to check out, not Back in Time, if you want to check out Never Say Die, our very first show from the 31st of May, that is on our Patreon, patreon.com/TalkDork podcast. There are 2 versions uploaded to the Patreon at the moment, one of which is the show exactly as it happened live. The other one has been all edited together with full match commentary as well, if you want to get more insight into the stories, the motivations, and everything else that was happening on the show as well. And if you want to get a little bit of a sneak peek into what TDW is all about as well, but not quite sure if you want to subscribe to the Patreon just yet, TDW does have its own YouTube channel as well. Just search TDW Wrestling or TalkDork Wrestling, and you can see some little bits of insights into there as well. And of course, we're on all the socials on top of that. And by the way, going back to the Patreon, you can either, on the Patreon, you can subscribe to us on the monthly, which we really appreciate because that really helps us out, helps us put on bigger and better shows and book some awesome talent to put those bigger, better shows on with. But if you don't quite fancy giving us the monthly subscription, I appreciate that. Cost of living at the moment, times are tight. If you'd rather just pay a one-off just to get access to Never Say Die, you can do that and just pay one-off sum for Never Say Die. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, it is still £4 at the moment for Never Say Die?
I believe so. I'm just going to point out as well on Patreon, we got some brand new content and more coming. Some of you have been listening to this podcast since last year. You will remember one of our most popular episodes was someone that wasn't even, he's not even been in it. We've had like big guests on here, and this was just Laferde's mate Moon, and it was one of the funniest episodes we've ever done. There is now a catch up with Moon on Patreon.
Despite all the guests that we've had on, right up until fairly recently, Moon's episode was the most listened to and watched episode. Like, that is how funny, and in many ways inadvertently funny, Moon can be. Needless to say, there is a reason why Moon's episode is on Patreon, not on YouTube, because, I mean, we don't shy away from, swearing and don't lose too much sleep over whether the video is monetized or not at this stage. However, ain't no way that video was going on YouTube.
And this was just a catch up with Moon. Like, we've got content, we've got a common sense quiz coming from Moon. Trust me, we've got a common sense.
It's not that common.
We've had to do a common sense quiz just to check that he, see if we're any better than Moon. And then there's more. Trust me, there's more. Ian, if you haven't seen, if you want to now know, honest else, check out the episode with Moon. This is one of our guy Laferde's mates, and all you need to know is the episode is just basically a game of us bringing up pictures of him in precarious situations. One, which is one of my favourite, is him in a three-piece suit, sitting down having a curry, and there is this big red bowl of curry in front of him, and literally the story starts 30 seconds later, his elbow's in that curry. And that's just like the tamest story on there, so honestly, it's good. That's Patreon. Don't forget, if you are a card collector, if you like collecting cards and you want them graded, we have a little partnership with a company called Tree Frog Grading. TFG. There's a lot of initials in this place these days, and they all start with T, and it confuses me. TreeFrogGrading.com. Use the code TWD15 for 15% off. Go get your cards. And listen, little trader secret. If they have another promotion running where it's buy 5 cards and you get 10% off, throw the code on top and you get even more money off. But don't tell them we told you. I'm Ryan. That's Kurt. This is TalkDork. This is TDW Wrestling.
Before you go, I found some that you might be interested in earlier.
Okay.
I'm just gonna unplug my head.
We've been hijacked.
I don't know what's about to appear on the screen.
This is like when WWE chucks up the copyright logo and then there's a hidden thing that happens after it. The suspense is killing me.
You're purposely doing this
It's just you mentioned cards, and so I'm around my mum's, and she's moving out soon, so I had to go through some stuff, and I came across.
Ooh. Ian, you were going to have to hold those closer to the camera. But
yeah, they're a little bit blurry. It'll be clear as hell when we come off the recording, but... Oh, mate. Wow. Oh, Davey boy.
And I'm pretty sure I used to have the Undertaker rookie card.
No way.
Oh.
But I don't know if it's amongst this lot. It is. Anymore. I used to have a lot more. I don't know what I've done with them all, which is frustrating.
Well, you know where to go to find out what they're worth.
If you want them graded, mate, TreeFrogGrading.com.
I mean, that's how old they are. Tugboat, not Typhoon.
Oh, blimey.
They've been in pretty good condition as well.
Considering how I was as a child, I'm very surprised about that, to be fair.
Oh, tugboat, blimey. Again, I always say, no, to be fair, I think Shockmaster, but I feel so sorry for him. I did.
The Shockmaster was definitely an interesting game. I'd love a car that took Shockmaster, just that bit as he falls, as his helmet comes off.
The risk of going on a tangent about this as we start to tail off with this podcast. My favourite thing about the Shockmaster is everyone always says it was a terribly botched debut or something like that because he falls through the wall and his helmet comes off, and even without the fall, it was already shit. He's wearing a glittery stormtrooper helmet, and they thought, yep, that'll do. Put the Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget voice on him. That'll get him over like a frigging bridge.
It wasn't the worst thing WCW did.
Somehow not.
yeah, RoboCop turning up at one point was pretty bad as well. Yeah. Right. I take it you didn't find your Undertaker, Ian?
No, I must have got rid of it when I was in my. Because I say when I was younger, I had a whole bag full of them, and that's all that's left. So where the rest have gone is anybody's guess.
Oh, mate, it's why I'm a big part thinking for that, getting the stuff that I had as a kid back. I've done it with my Power Ranger collection and so many things that I wish I had that you'll never see again, certain toys. But all the socials, at TalkDork Podcast, on everything. For the TDW side of things, it's at TalkDork Wrestling. Go search us, go subscribe, make sure you're checking out everything, book it back in time tickets. My name's Ryan. That's my co-host Kurt, and that over the other side, and I'm probably doing it wrong because I'm recording it with the other way. That is our special guest, the Enforcer, Ian Frost, who has set a challenge for the EPWE Regional Championship to be defended on our next show back in time. Kurt, what was you going to say?
Stay tuned for the next podcast. We may have an answer for that open challenge. You never know. We've already had some context around D'Angelo that happened very quickly. I reckon we're going to get some people who are going to reach out to us pronto around this.
I reckon so. I mean, I'm not here next week. That's on you boys, so deal with it, all right? I'll have a week off. Boys, I'll let you say your final words of goodbye.
Right, thanks very much, guys. As per usual, check us out on all the socials. Give me a follow. I'm at that Kurt Wilson and all the usuals. I know, Ryan, you didn't say your own, but you're at the DJ Ryan S.
Yeah, on everything. Or and Instagram, TalkDork DJ is my new geeky one. That's a good point. Ian, where can they find you?
So on YouTube, go under my real name is Ian Frood. That was a far bigger following than my wrestling one, so I put everything out on that one. Instagram is at the.enforcer.ianfrost. I had to do it that way. It was only would let me do it. So frustrating. And TikTok, I believe I don't know my TikTok, but
keep it. I can find it for you. I can find it. Ian Frost 05.
There we go.
Ian Frost 05. Right. This is Talks with Dorks. Make sure you get your tickets. I've said it a million times. We're going to wrap it up. See you later.
Later.
Bye.